Hi everyone, this is Judith, Twin Flame Essentials with another video. And today I want to talk about energy clearing on the Twin Flame journey. I've done a little free webinar regarding clearing the energies on a daily basis for you and your Twin Flame. So if you are interested, the link is below in the description box. Yeah, and also, of course, if you're interested in receiving my offers, please send me an email. You find the email address in the description box as well. Yeah, let's get into this. This is a kind of different video a little bit because I'm like going into what breath is on in regards to clearing the energies. And this is because there is a lot to say actually about breath. As some of you know, I've started my career off as an actress this lifetime, and I've worked a lot with breath as well, but I never liked it. So this was always a subject that I was avoiding a little bit. I was doing all my exercises and stuff, but yeah, I was never really comfortable with it. And now I know that a lot of issues showed up in my breath, right? They are like stored and stuck in my field and also in my body, in my cells. And this is just doing something to the breath, right? And breath, well, first of all, I want to show you the cards that we got. We got the High Priestess, the Star, the Fool, and the King of Swords. And we have some clarifiers, those dices here. Yeah, and this breath, right, as I already said, it's all about the things that our potion is made up of are determining the breath, right? But there's also something that I would like to point out to you in relation to breath. It's a little bit about choosing the direction that you want to go. And how do you do that? Well, this refers to this card here as well. The breath is actually something that you give. When you exhale, then you give something to the world. And this is in fact the only thing that you do, because the inhaling is not really something that you do, but it comes naturally. You cannot help but inhaling when you're alive. And that's just what the everything that comes back from life itself, from the universe, right? Those are the things that are given to you, and you have to be ready to receive, right? And of course we receive, but to what extent do we receive? So to me, breath is really like a way to relate to the world. So this is the zero, right? The Fool. So when you die, you basically, the last thing that you do is exhale, and then you're even, right? That's zero. I find this so valuable and clear when it comes to working with energies and to understanding what giving and receiving really means. Yeah, you see the hand, right, for receiving. So we are giving our breath, like with the music, the sound we make, all the things that our breath can do, the communication, and every inhale is like giving us the strength, giving us the power, the vitality for our next little step, right? It's giving and taking all along. So this, I find this very helpful in relation to breath, right? And when it comes to our healing, the Star is all about healing. So first of all, what I wanted to say was also that when I do the energy work, when I do transformational work, then usually my breath would, my body would react with releasing kind of a deep breath, right? Sometimes there are other things like maybe sobbing a little bit, comes out in different ways, but most of the times it's a sigh, deep, taking a deep inhalation or exhalation and then inhalation, right? So yeah, it would be something like that, and you could then feel the energy leave your body, but it would come naturally, right? So I sometimes I have to laugh when I hear in like guided meditations or energy work when people ask you to take a deep breath. Yeah, you can do that, but it will not do a lot, right? It will not, it's maybe a kind of relief, but it's not going to release energies. But when you release energies, when you really release them, then the deep breath and the sigh or the sobbing comes naturally. You don't have to force that. It's just happening, right? So yeah, of course it's never wrong to work on your breath, because this is always like just coming from the other direction, but it will not like replace the energy clearing, right? So this is just how the energies they release with breath, and this is also how we can feel them leave our field, because actually when the energies that are stuck leave our field, this happens instantly. For some it might take a little bit of time for integration, right? But actually the releasing of energies that are stuck is quick, is a quick release, happens instantly. Yeah, so when it comes to the thing that we want to inhale afterwards, this choice, right? What soup do we want to stay in? But this is more talking about all the adversities, right? All the energies that are stuck within our system, all the issues that present themselves to us in order for us to heal, right? In order for us to find the spots and the places where we need to go deeper and where we need to do energy work at all, right? So those are like blessings in disguise. All those bad feelings, right? And those adversities that we face in our lives are truly blessings in disguise. They lead us along this path of healing. Yeah, and then when it comes to this breath, and we want to fly high, we want to be in a really high vibration all the time, because that's our goal, as I also explain in my little webinar. Then what's coming in are messages from the universe, right? And so everything that's coming in, right? We have choice here. We can respond to those messages or ignore those messages. We can store them somewhere. We can maybe put them in the bin, right? So we can put them in our pocket and ponder them for a while. We could act upon those things. We could read those messages to other people, whatever. You see, it's about receiving and then doing something, giving something. That's always, and there is choice in what we want to do with the things that we receive, right? As I said, when the breath is coming, we just have to let it in, right? But it will be a different breath, whether you're inside your house or outside in nature, whether you're by the sea or somewhere on the top of a mountain, whether you are together with good friends or with enemies. So it's leading us to the places that we benefit most if we take conscious choice in relation to what to do with what's coming our way, right? So this is talking to me like the breath, that we would never have the idea of like blocking the breath, that of inhaling, which we just always choose to inhale because this is like important for us to survive. We need the oxygen, right? So that's a little bit a recommendation to look like this at the things surrounding you in your everyday life. Like everything is coming at you, and everything is like a blessing, even if it's a blessing in disguise, right? It's just, it's coming from different directions, but then what directions are you choosing to act upon, not to act upon? To me, this is a little bit like a circle, right? This is receiving all the messages, and then you are cooking your little soup and you choose the direction where you go and where you exhale, right? This is like inhaling to me, and this is then exhaling and deciding which way to go and what to put in your potion and what to ignore, and what to hold dearly to your heart, etc. Right? So your values, you cook up your value soup here. Yeah, and so this is what we can learn from breathing, right? It's a natural process, and so is life. And if you look at it this way, it might be easier to just accept what's coming our way in order to try to block it and to avoid it, or yeah, those are all those barriers, right? You can see that if we would try to block the flow with our breath, we would not really benefit from that. we would be half dead or maybe even dead, right? So it's not how life works. It's better always to follow this movement of receiving and giving. And as I said, like giving is the last thing that we do. And then we will not receive anymore when this moment when we are deciding to leave our body. Yeah, and I think that's a beautiful way of looking at this giving and receiving. And it came to my mind because it's so it's so obvious when it comes to doing the healing work, the transformational work, that very often, in most cases, for myself and for other people, it comes with a big sigh or taking a deep breath and releasing, right? And yeah, so try to work with your breath. So I said it comes naturally, but for example, when you feel when you have a feeling, it's basically the best thing to stay with that feeling, with that uncomfortable feeling, and to embrace that and to validate this feeling, and to say, okay, I know you are coming up to be seen, right? You're on my plate now, you're on my table, and I'm willing to look at you. So if you stay with this feeling, in most cases, it will then go away after a while, because you would not engage in any story around it, but just be present with it. And you see, I'm already like taking a breath and releasing something just with the idea of being present with what is, basically. And you are present with what is, you validate that, and so you are not only validating the feeling, but you are validating yourself, a part of yourself that's showing up, that wants to be recognized, right? And so that's the way that you give healing to yourself, and that you love yourself. Being present with yourself. Yeah, of course, there's so much to say in relation to this, and always repeating things in different ways so that you can go deeper with the knowledge that you gain and make your own experiences and become a master. Yeah, thank you so much for being with me here on the channel. Please subscribe if this resonates. Leave a comment, like, and yeah, as always, I wish you a beautiful day. Take care, and I see you in the next video. Bye for now. Bye, everyone.